Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So exciting day today. I have my Boomland chest. So Boomland is a new game coming out running on the Polygon blockchain. It's based on a Web2 mobile game called Hunters, and this version is called Hunters on Chain. So this is a game that will basically be using NFT assets, the in-game characters, and a whole bunch of sort of accessories and stuff as well. And it's basically using the gameplay of this Web2 game, a pretty successful game called Hunters, where it's sort of a top-down sort of game where you have these cool characters going around, and you sort of there's PVE, PvP, a whole bunch of sort of stuff going on there. Anyway, I've got one of these chests. I should point out I am a advisor to the game, so I didn't buy this chest. I got one for free because I'm an advisor. So always be careful with this sort of do your own research stuff. Obviously this is not investment advice, anything like that. I think I've known the Boomland guys for a while, and I think they've got a good project, so which is why I'm hopefully helping them. You have to ask them to see how helpful I actually am. So but anyway, what's going on here? So at the moment we have these assets live. So we've had these chests, 1,500 chests done as a free mint. So that was via various whitelists. So these chests are currently live, around about 100 Matic. So it's about $120, something like that, depending on the price of Matic. And then when you open them, you get a character. And so the in-game characters, they are in different rarities. So we can see here, you get one hunter per chest. We have uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. So that's the drop rate. These obviously have different sort of stats. The main one is how many games you can play a day, and that depends. The more games you play, the more you can earn, and actually there is a multiplier as well in terms of how much you can earn. So in actually one of these, as well as the character, you get a character. You get this artifact. So sorry, all these characters, because they're the Genesis drop, all have this special artifact equipped. So this gives you 100% more earnings than the characters to come, and you get these sort of boosts and premium passes as well. So you get this one even if you get an uncommon character. So the legendary character is legendary in terms of its stats compared to all the other ones, but all of these, because they are the Genesis characters, get this legendary sort of artifact. It's sort of like a inherent sort of boost. So I've got one chest. So we go through the opening process. This is running on the Polygon blockchain, so I have to do all the signing. Okay, so we've approved that we're going to interact with this smart contract. Now we have to open the box, another interaction on the blockchain. Okay, so this is what I've got. I've got a protector. That's the number. It's an uncommon. So that was the of the four options, that was the most likely to get, and is the least common. Obviously, the common ones are going to be, they're calling them free-to-play NFTs. So they're basically very sort of low-level ones. They obviously don't have any of these sort of legendary attributes in there. So, but in terms of sort of the gameplay stuff, it's got an attack of 5, a health of 104, long spears, so sort of not quite a ranged attack, but not a melee. Ice zone looks like it's going to freeze things. It's got an attack speed of 105 and a movement of 108. So and it's got this legendary. So that's the most important thing. It's got this legendary artifact. So let's have a quick look at Magic Eden and see what else is being traded there. So these are the chests. So this is what I just opened. So these are selling. How many have we got? 57 listed. Total supply 1,000 and 1,900. But that doesn't include the ones that have been opened. I don't think. That was how many were created. So they're selling for 104 Matic. That's the cheapest one. These are obviously, sort of a randomized thing. You don't know what's in there. So basically half of these have been opened and half of them haven't. So I guess if you think you're lucky, you can go and buy one of these and open it and see what you get. And these are the characters that have been opened. So you can see obviously the cheapest ones are these uncommon ones, which is what I just opened. The cheapest one of these is 65. So if you just want to, people who are interested in the game, just much easier just come in and buy a floor price one, much cheaper than buying a chest, although I would imagine the price of chests will probably come down over time, because otherwise why would you buy a chest? So we can see obviously these all have different attributes. So we click on this guy here, so we can see his attack speed and speed. He's uncommon. He has obviously the legendary and reward bonuses that all these ones have. So You can sort of, if you wanted to, you can sort of fiddle around and sort of choose what you wanted. These all have different sort of, you have to know the game a little bit. They have different sort of attacks. So some of these are sort of melee, some of these are more ranged characters. The Axe Master throws axes, obviously. Obviously, has a different visual look. Zeus, I really like Zeus. He's one of my favourites when I played the game. And you can also go through the rarities. So if you wanted to get a rare one, floor price on that is 89. So obviously a bit more expensive. With the blue background, epic ones are going to be, there's only 162 of those, so 149, so almost more than double the price of the uncommon ones. You get to see a few of the different characters. I think there's about 40 characters in total. He's a pretty cool one, some sort of a nautical thing going on there. So there's that, and then there's the legendary, only 38 of those at the moment. These numbers will obviously change as there's only of the chests, about half of them have been opened. So we'd expect these numbers to sort of go up, obviously. Probably not all the chests will be open. But here we have the legendary ones. So these are, I don't think people are buying these at 900. I think one of them has sold for 400. So it's about $450, $500 is the most expensive so far for a legendary. Legendary is obviously the very, very best in terms of earning power. But again, they all have these different, so the stats are sort of different. So the attack speed is 104 and the speed is 92. So in fact, my uncommon one has better speed than this much rarer legendary one. So there is this sort of interesting balance here that you have sort of the rarity of the characters, but also the sort of in-game attributes. So one of the things that Boomland have been very sort of focused on is this is a skill-based game as well. So you could have the best NFT in the game, the most expensive NFT in the game, but it still might have an uncommon one, might have better sort of in-game stats, might have better sort of speed and stuff. So there is a sort of a strong skill component in this, which will come out in the sort of PvP tournaments. There's PvE, player versus environment. There's PvP, player versus player. A whole bunch of other tournament stuff going on. There's co-op modes. Quite a. Obviously, this is a game that's been out in the mobile space for over a year. So a fully featured sort of game with lots of different game modes and these sort of cool characters, and more drops to come. So as I say, keep an eye out for it. There should be the first early access version of the game. In fact, a demo version of the game is live now without any NFT stuff in there. You can just play through, get an idea of the game, or download the free-to-play mobile version from app stores. This game will be coming out via browser to begin with, at least with the NFT stuff in there, and that will be in the next month or so. So keep an eye out for Hunters on Chain. Thanks for watching the video.